The Steam Frame might be the only headset that saves VR, or kills. In this video, I want to break down a few things that I think Valve has to do to save VR and have it take off in the way that we all want it to. Now, if you don't know, this is Valve's next big headset after the Valve Index. The Steam Frame is a headset that is streaming first but can also be used standalone. That all sounds amazing, but here's where things could go wrong. You guessed it. Price. We're all worried about the price. Price is literally everything, especially in VR. If we want the Steam Frame to actually reach a lot of people, it has to be affordable. That's how we will get more people in VR and to play VR. And how we can get some companies to start making some really great games for VR. I'm not saying we didn't have some great VR games. We did. But we could get a little bit more. Now, I know a lot of you don't like Meta, but I'll be a little real here. They made VR a little bit more accessible to the public. They got a lot of people into the space, and we got a lot of games because of it, and a lot of new VR users from that. A lot of people's first VR headset was a Quest. And that is exactly what Valve needs to do here. They need to make the Steam Frame affordable. Now, with everything going on, RAM, storage, and all of that, a super low price might not be possible, but personally, I'm honestly willing to pay up to $900. That is knowing the fact that things are bad in the economy right now. And I don't want to spend that much, but for what we're getting, I could justify it. And I know a lot of you don't want to spend that much either, but that is how much I'm willing to pay for it. But at that price, I don't see we're getting a lot of people in VR. I mean, $900 for a VR headset, I don't think we're gonna get much people. That's why I hope Valve can lower the price a little. If you made it this far, let me know down below what is the maximum price you're willing to pay for the frame, and what is a price that would just make you opt out. And while you're down there, don't forget to subscribe and like. It truly helps out the channel. Now, if this is your first Steam Frame video, or you just want a refresher, I'm gonna go through a little bit of what we're getting in the frame. So first off, it's supposed to be a very lightweight headset, around 435 grams, including the battery, which is actually very solid for VR. And if you know anything about VR, weight is a huge deal, especially for long sessions. I used the Oculus Rift, the Quest 1, the Quest 2, the Quest 3, and there was one more. And they were all a little heavy and I couldn't play for long hours. So having a light, comfortable VR headset is honestly a game changer when it comes to gaming longer. So at least we know from other reviewers, those boxes have been checked. But from what I'm hearing from all these YouTubers, Valve is literally focused on the comfort, better weight distribution, less pressure on your face, thankfully, and just something you can actually wear for a while, which is obviously amazing. Now, I want to touch a little bit on the performance in streaming. Now, this is a streaming first headset. I just want you guys to know. A lot of people still don't know it's a streaming first headset. It is streaming first. And that is actually a little interesting. It's powered by a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chip with 16 gigabytes of RAM. So it's not really weak. It's a little bit more powerful than the Oculus Quest 3, just for comparison. But the real power comes from streaming directly from your PC. And it also has native Wi-Fi 7 support, which means faster speeds, lower latency, and smoother gameplay when streaming. And to top it all off, it has foveated rendering, baby. Let's go. I love foveated rendering. Now, foveated rendering basically means wherever you're looking, it's rendered the highest quality possible there, and everything else gets slightly blurred. But the crazy part is, you don't even notice it. Now, Linus Tech Tips actually did a video where he tested the frame, and he literally couldn't tell the difference. So I'm pretty sure from all these reviews, Valve nailed it, and I can't wait to check out the foveated stream for myself, especially on something as light as the frame. Now, I want to touch on standalone gaming because this also can play games standalone. Now, you can actually play your games standalone on the frame. A VR channel that I don't remember the name of, but I'll try to link it if I remember, he tested Half-Life Alyx on it, and it ran. That's it, it ran. So, not perfectly, but it ran. And that's a big deal because Half-Life Alyx is not an easy game to run standalone, but they did it. So if developers starting to optimize for this, you might actually get a solid standalone experience without needing your PC. But still, this is mainly a streaming first headset, so just bear that in mind. But I will love if a lot of developers make their games work really well standalone, because I'd love to not have to connect to my PC. I plan to travel a lot with the frame. Let me know what you're planning to do with your frame, because I want to travel with mine, go everywhere with it, play my games. Now, I want to quickly touch on the tracking and pass-through. Of course, it has cameras on the headset for inside-out tracking, so you don't need base stations like the Index, which makes their setup and the entire package a lot smaller and easier. But for pass-through, it's black and white, so there's no color. But personally, I don't really care about that. As long as it works really well, I am happy. And I want to touch on the display. A lot of us are excited for the display, and some of us are a little disappointed. But let me share my thoughts. Screens are LCD, and I know a lot of you want OLED or micro OLED, but that would kind of push the price up. So for now, I'm honestly fine with the LCD, but we're getting 2160 by 2160 resolution per eye, which is actually pretty solid. A little bit better than the Quest 3 comparison once again. And it supports 72 up to 144 Hertz refresh rate, so everything should feel pretty smooth. And with about a 110-degree field of view, using, of course, pancake lenses, it should feel immersed without being bulky. Honestly, I think we're getting some pretty good specs. Yes, I know, micro OLED or OLED would be phenomenal, but I'm okay not paying $15,000 to $2,000 for VR. Plus, as I said earlier, we want to get more people in VR, right? There's times where I want to play multiplayer VR games with my friends, but they can't justify paying that price for a headset just to play those few games. So that's why I'm super heavy on price. They need to get that price right, so I can finally play multiplayer with my friends in VR. I promise you, I've tried it one time, and it's really amazing. Now, battery life I'm not too worried about. You can honestly have your own setup when it comes to the battery life, so you can choose if you want to go light and not game too long, or go pretty heavy and game for a long time. So honestly, this is like personal preference. Me personally, I'm okay using the headset with the smallest battery possible to attach it to get that extra gaming in, but I'm okay with it lasting like an hour or maybe an hour and a half because I want it to feel super light on my face. Now honestly, this is like one of my top 3 biggest things about the frame that got me excited when I first saw the announcement, and it is the controllers, man. Let's talk about the controllers real quick. This is my favorite part. They are insane. It's basically like taking a full controller and splitting it into 2 VR controllers. You got back buttons, triggers, D-pad, everything that you would want on a full-size controller. Not the Steam controller, but on a full-size controller, your triggers, your buttons, your joysticks, everything that you would get on a full controller. I love that because most VR controls are literally limited to just playing VR games. But this one has all the options for you to play games from your PC, play flat screen games. There are so much possibilities that just the extra buttons give you on these controls, which I'm totally hyped for. Let me know if the controls are exciting you guys as well. And that was basically it. So yeah, the frame could actually be the thing that saves VR or kind of just doesn't help it to pursue further. I really hope the price isn't too high so we can get more people into VR, more games being made, and VR can be bigger than it is because I just love playing VR. I love being immersed in my game. I love being in the game. Oh, that is like the coolest thing I've ever experienced in my life of gaming, being in the video game. That is honestly amazing. So if Valve prices this right, this could be huge for VR. I really hope they do. According to all the leaks on these game consoles word that they're using for their machine and the frame, it seems like people are assuming that the frame is the next console to drop. I think in my last video I mentioned I think the frame will be the next console, and I still do. I still think the frame may be the next I'm saying consoles a lot. I think the Steam frame will be the next product Valve releases, and then the machine. But if it's not the frame, it may be restock of the Steam Deck. But that's a whole nother video. I truly hope it's the VR though, because I am super excited. I already got all my games on sale, ready to play on the headset. It's gonna be great. Don't forget to subscribe and like if you guys are new to the channel. And once again, let me know down below, what is the most you're going to pay for the frame? And what is the price point that it's gonna be at for you to just say, never mind? And also, while you're down there, share with me the first game you're going to be playing on the frame. If you guys enjoyed this video, you know what to do. I will see you guys in the next video, hopefully with some Steam frame news, updates on it coming soon, hopefully. And if you're seeing this video, we are a few hours away from the controller being available to purchase at 1 p.m. on Monday, the 4th of May. I'm going to be picking it up and making a video for you guys, so stay tuned. Catch you guys in the next one.